back. Mello and Amari at the forward slots. And it's Turioff in at the 5. And for the Heat, LeBron and Bosh are the 3 and the 4. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. And it's Anthony in at the center position.
Oh, a great turnaround here for the Knicks a season ago. And it helped that they were in the Eastern Conference. They won 28 games against Eastern opponents.
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Fields with it. Legion in there. And stolen by LeBron. Here's Wade. And Wade stolen down. Now strikes 17. Replay that one.
And that's the broken news.
Throwing it down is foul.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
Here's Billups. Back to the Knicks, Clark. Those wins were part of why they were able to get back into the playoffs. They were very, very important in the East.
Yeah, they were. And they played well against Eastern Conference teams, but they also did a nice job in interconference play as they put up the most points of any Eastern team by a large margin.
Now, here's Fields. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stoudemire dishes to Billups. Trains it from beyond the arc. Phillips has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris? All right, Doris, thanks.
Bolster was in a really odd and tough position last season. Never before had there been a bigger free agent talent swing. And he was tasked with getting 3 huge superstars to mesh as a unit. He's done a nice job.
Jared Jeffries, he's checked in for New York. Walker comes in for Landry Fields. Now here's Wade. The 3, and the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
He was boxed out, nowhere to go. So poor choice in going over the back.
You said it exactly. He didn't have good position. Give up on the play, try to get the next one.
Back to Spolster because he was the first coach, Steve, to deal with that much talent. He had some very unique situations pop up along that road.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he had to coach that team under a microscope all season long. And the basketball world was watching. And that Miami team went through some ups and downs. But in the end, I think Eric Spolster did a fantastic job. And he looks to be one of the bright young coaches in this league.
And Miami has possession following the score by New York. Chalmers is guarded by Billups. They're moving it around. Wade from outside. Good. Wade's got 5.
Tell you what, there's not much you can't do out there.
Last year, Dwayne Wade up to his usual tricks as he put up another great season. And we've certainly become accustomed to that. He scores, rebounds, and defends.
Shots good by Anthony.
There's that little sweet spot, that mid-range jumper.
Here's LeBron. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Back to Wade for a moment. 25, 5, and 6. Steve, pretty much a standard year for Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, we pretty much take him for granted at this point. And it's a shame because his greatness is just amazing, especially at the offensive end of the floor. And now playing with LeBron and Chris Bosh, what a scary trio for the Eastern Conference to deal with over the next 5-6 years.
And the Heat making a change here. Haslam's checked in.
Well, here's a little factoid for you. With LeBron switched to Miami, guys, he was the first reigning MVP to change teams since Moses Malone back in 1982. Crazy stuff. And remember what happened when Moses Malone changed teams. That team, Philadelphia, went on to win the NBA title in '83.
With Dr. J.
Dr. J and Most Cheeks. That was my rookie year. So I remember banging heads against those guys.
What a time. Exactly what you said about LeBron. Like you said, you just don't see MVPs want to change teams. They're happy where they are. Steve, you can probably talk about that too. It's rare.
It is rare. You know, Shaquille O'Neal left Orlando for LA. Steve Nash left Dallas for Phoenix. Now, granted, those guys weren't on the same level as LeBron at the time, but it does happen occasionally. But hey, look, LeBron, probably the biggest athlete, biggest star in the NBA, so it made big news.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Well, you knew Miami would be a new big power in the East with the big 3 in tow. But didn't disappoint, blowing right by their conference win total from the prior season.
Stoudemire. Wade outside. On deep three-point range. Miami no good on that time either. Like what you were saying before, the Heat before LeBron and Boston won 32 games in all. But with them on board, they won 38 games. Steve, very nice number.
Yeah, and that 38 was only bested by those 39 teams. So Miami really handled its business well last year. I like that. They ran to the three-point line and got an uncontested look there in transition.
And the ball goes out of play, and able to keep it in. Mike Miller's checked in for the Heat. Tony Turioff, he's checked in for New York. Douglas comes in for Chauncey Billups. Here is Douglas. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Anthony. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. 6 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Good field goal percentage shooting to this point. They're really knocking down their shots.
He's had a hot start offensively, has them in full control here. They're in the driver's seat.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. Chalmers against Douglas. Off, and it's the Heat taking it the other way. Here's Chalmers. The kick out to LeBron. Fires the 3. Again, their own miss. Gets it to Chalmers. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Miller, the pass to LeBron. There's the 3. That's good. LeBron got that 10.
I don't like what he's doing out there.
Here is Douglas. Outside Anthony. He's guarded by Haslett.
Heads up play, preventing the easy lane.
I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up. So he fouled him before his free throw.
First free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good from Anthony. Coming early and often in the first quarter. Knicks lead 5-4.
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
And we'll see you in just a moment. The second quarter just getting set to start. Here's Wade. So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Dwayne Wade and Mike Miller at the 2 and the 3. Haslam's out there with Joel Anthony. And it's House in at the 1. Now here is Miller, trailing by 4. 5 to shoot. Wade from outside. Knicks with the rebound.
You know, you take a look at the makeup of the Heat and the offensive numbers last year. Not a ton of assists, but a lot of free throw attempts. FPAs, we call it. Seemed like they just played to their strengths, and a lot of that was isolating their star players.
A chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, one of the things that he had to overcome early last season was their fear of stepping on each other's toes early. There was a turning point that helped them get by that and put it behind them. LeBron James saying and Dwayne Wade, he stopped trying to figure out if it's his time or my time. Instead, we just played our game, and the results were pretty good. It's hard to argue with that logic.
All right, Doris.
When you gather stars like that, they'll take some time figuring each other out. Chemistry just doesn't happen overnight.
Well, eventually they had a terrific year. Didn't quite take it all the way, but got to the finals, and now I think the table is set for Miami to be a contender for years to come.
I'd like to mention that stat about the Heat. Steve, surprising they didn't have more assists.
Well, they didn't have a true point guard running things. Mike Bibby was more of a jump shooter, same with Chalmers. But I think a lot of it is that they play very isolation-heavy basketball, as Clark mentioned. Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps. They're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Left side. Turnoff with the block. Fires for three. Wade is tagged with the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, you like the effort, but you got to be smarter too. You can't climb over anybody's back and try to get the ball.
Yeah, if I was coaching him, I said, I like your effort, but you're hurting us, son. Be smart out there.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh is checked in for Hazard. LeBron comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Chalmers in for Eddie House. Here's Walker. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. Walker's got 6.
You know, Chauncey Billups, guys, has never been a high percentage shooter. In fact, under 42% from the field for his career. He shoots a lot of threes. And, of course, we know he can make a lot of big shots, too.
Here's LeBron. He's got 10. They need this. 6 to bucket. 13 points in the game.
They strike right back on the 3 of their own. See, that's a great way to respond after giving up a long ball.
Billups, Steve, much more efficient scorer than you might realize. You're talking about him shooting so many threes and gets the free throw line so well for a jump shooter, Clark. That's a great thing to have.
Oh, big time. And he also can be effective posting up. And I wouldn't be surprised on occasion if the Knicks could, if he's healthy, put him in the post shot if they want to take advantage of that part of his game.
Run deep LeBron. That's the bucket. LeBron now got 6 in the quarter.
What a fantastic performance from that range.
Well, that's been his territory all day, Steve.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Well, after the long playoff drought, the Knicks were finally back in the postseason last year. Did not quite turn out the way they hoped it would, but still, you got to think something to build on.
A different look for Miami. Haslam comes in for Joel Anthony. And Mike Miller subbed in for Dwayne Wade. The Knicks also changing it up. Turioff comes in for Amari Stoudemire. And it's Jeffries in for Sean Williams. Now here's Billups. He has 6. Wasted no time on that one. Billups has got 9. Yeah, back in that Knicks-Celtics series, Steve, the Knicks were swept, but they were hurt in a big way by injuries. Earlier, Clark was talking about the injured point guard Chauncey Billups. He was the biggest injury.
Yeah, he was gone after game 1. Remember, Amari Stoudemire hurt his back in game 2 and wasn't the same at that point. You keep those guys healthy, and I think that's a much more competitive series.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, last season, the Heat were under extraordinary scrutiny, and when Chris Bosh struggled to define his role early on, the criticism was severe. Bosh said, quote, "For some reason, people think I can't play basketball. It gives me an added sense of motivation to go out there and do well because I know people are watching, just to shut them up, just to be frank. And guys, he played a pivotal role on the Heat team that made it all the way to the NBA Finals. The critics may be a little quieter going forward."
That's right, Doris. Thanks.
And Bosh, I think, was a natural fit on that Heat team, Kevin. A guy who can hit the offensive glass, make an open jump shot. He really played well. Just fed off of the big two in a very positive way for the club. Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that
ball leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Count that one.
Another open look, hits bottom from outside.
Yep, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
From 20 feet out. That one wide left.
He did a nice job to get open there. Just a little unlucky not to knock it down.
It's out front. That's 5.
No better way to unwind on a Sunday night. We've got your HB halftime report. New York leading against Miami. They're tough to defend when they share the ball like this. Time and again, they're finding the open man. An all-round great effort by Carmelo Anthony. He has 12 points and is scoring efficiently to boot, making the most of his touches. And a tough matchup, but the Heat staying afloat. Overall, their effort just hasn't been on the level it needs to be, which is why they're struggling. Tough start for D. Wade. Just can't find anything going for himself. He's shooting under 30% from the floor. And now, here's some of the stats from tonight's 2 top performers. That's all for us.
Here we go now, the start of the 3rd quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Here's LeBron.
There's no secret what a Mike D'Antoni team is going to do against you. I mean, they're going to get it up and down the floor and try to score as fast as they can on you. I mean, that's who they are. The formula that's going to get you wins, but will it see them to a title?
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Stoudemire and Turioff in the middle. Phillips and Fields pairing up in the backcourt. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. And that one's good. Phillips has got the first points to start out the 3rd quarter for the Knicks. Back to what you said about Mike D'Antoni, that seems to be a valid question about his style. Steve, what do you think?
Well, it's been a long time since a team based only on offense has actually won a title. But you know, they're going to score a lot of points with Carmelo and Amar'e Stoudemire. But if anybody can break through and win a title playing that style, it's Mike D'Antoni.
He kicks to Carmelo. Outside Phillips. Just 5 on the clock. Stoudemire. The basket good off the assist from Phillips. Phillips has got 5 assists in the game.
Well, part of the Knicks' DNA is simply passing up a bunch of threes. I mean, they want to get up and down and shoot the three. Only the Max put up more free balls than the Knicks did.
Pulls up, high post, and again it's New York.
It's been all makes for him so far this half. 3 chances and 3 conversions so far.
What you said about the Knicks, they took more threes as the season wore on.
Kevin, I think they settled for threes a little too much too sometimes.
Maybe they did. What do you think, Steve?
Well, they led the league in threes taken after the All-Star break. We know that's Mike D'Antoni's system. You know, I agree with Clark. I think they could be a little more judicious with their shot selection.
And slam dunk by Anthony. Now let's check out the Spark Slam Cam.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
Taken away by Anthony. Here's the break. Stoudemire covered by Anthony. And Stoudemire slams it in.
Wow, that's great. You take advantage of that turnover and convert at the other end.
Absolutely. I mean, points off turnovers this time generated off the steal.
How about the run Amar'e had last season during the middle of the year? He had 9 straight games with 30 points or more. Just an explosive score. That was a Knicks record, by the way.
And Fields kicks to Phillips. From the arc. They get it back. Stoudemire backing him down. Moves back up. And that one's good. And the Knicks lead by 15.
They found the open man on the perimeter and got the ball to him.
And just to touch back on that record of Amar'e, he was carrying the Knicks team for the early stretch.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, with a team that had sort of been kind of patched together and stitched together, he stepped up and led the way until they were able to make that trade for Carmelo Anthony.
New York Miller calls timeout.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. He's got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
The Heat making the switch now. Houses checked in. And then for New York, Jared Jeffries. He's checked in for Turian. And it's Walker in for Landry Fields. Here's Walker. He has 6. Shoots the 3. Good. Walker's got 9.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
Outside Anthony. LeBron outside. Deflects the pass.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that.
Oh!
Yeah, easy bucket for him there.
And finish he did. Took it hard to the rim.
The Heat trail by 17. From 11 feet away, Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
And that one's good by LeBron.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
Phillips from outside, and the ball goes out of play following this shot. Udonis Haslem is checked in for Miami. Miller comes in for Chris Bosh. And then for New York, Sean Williams checks in for Carmelo Anthony. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Chauncey Billups. Looking to end his cold spell. Knicks with the rebound. Williams has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
They're really hurting with his performance here. He just hasn't played up to his standards so far.
A 3. That's good. Williams has got 5 points so far. The Heat trail by 17. Three-pointer, Wade. It's Wade again missing. And here comes Douglas. 17-point game. Wade gets the reach-in call. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Douglas for 3. That misses, but he kind of had it gone in. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game.
Melo having a...
As the 4th quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, our spark of the game goes to the Knicks for that major surge. They've been in total control here and keep finding ways to move the ball, spread the floor, and continue to put points on the board as they widen the gap.
All right, Doris, thank you. That run has made a difference, guys. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what got them off and going.
Yeah, they were really able to seize the momentum at that point, and they just rode it.
Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Haslam's out there with Mike Miller. And it's Bosh in at the 5 down low. For the Knicks, Sheldon Williams checks in for Anthony. Mason comes in for Sean Williams. And Anthony Carter subbed in for Tony Douglas.
You got to wonder, has Miami set off a bit of an arms race in regards to talent with what they were able to pull off last year? Are other teams going to look to stack stars just to try to keep up?
From downtown, shots good from Mason. Here's Wade. Bosh, a screen on Carter. Nice job coming off that screen. Both the stars wanted to play with each other. You know, Steve, it seems like that is the trend now in the NBA.
Well, I think every player wants to play with great players. It's all circumstantial, really. If you're a free agent and there's a team with cap room and you've got a partner who you want to play with and you can work it all out like Miami did, then that's great. But I think those circumstances are going to be few and far between.
Wade hits the bucket.
No, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
And here is Mason. Clock at 6. From deep. Rebound by the Heat. Bosch has got his 5th rebound in this one. Wade kicks to Haslam. Moving it around. Here's Chalmers. Off target from 3-point range. The Knicks leading by 18. Mason misses. And here are the Heat. They trail by 18. Miller outside. Carter pulls it in.
What a rebound there. He goes up amongst the trees and gets the ball.
Outside Williams. Down low. Passes it to Walker. Fires from deep. And the shot is good.
That's now 6 straight points off open threes. Get a hand up, fellas. Pay attention to the scouting report.
You know how quickly things can go south when you start giving up wide open looks to this team.
Here's Mason. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Mason's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another inside bucket. They've had a huge edge in points in the lane.
That's what every coach preaches, inside out, reversible clothing.
Carter dishes to Walker. And it's Haslam with the rebound. Haslam's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wade. Shot is off. And New York takes it the other way. Ron, he's checked in for Mike Miller. And a new group in for the Knicks. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Sheldon Williams. Anthony comes in for Bill Walker. Landry Fields checking in for Roger Mason. And Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Anthony Carter. And Fields kicks to Billups. Stoudemire left side. And stolen by LeBron.
Boy, nice job to get his hand in there and knock that ball loose without fouling.
And the basket by Chalmers. Here's Billups. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. Chalmers is whistled for reaching in. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Frustration foul there. You've got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, he lost his cool there, Steve. I mean, you can understand it, but you can't excuse it.
And making a change here, the Knicks. Sheldon Williams checks in for Stoudemire. Walker comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Roger Mason has checked in for Landry Fields. And Anthony Carter subbed in for Chauncey Billups. And LeBron throws it down hard. Now let's take a look at it once again with our Sprite Slam Cam.
And guys, an interesting offseason for LeBron James after he made that move to Miami. A lot of people questioned his competitiveness once he decided to join forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
And no problem at the line here for the 3-point play. You know, back to what Steve said about the big three. Clark, you know, it might be a fair question as a lot of NBA greats answer the same thing.
You know, Kevin, I can understand people debating it, but I don't know if it's necessarily fair, quite honestly. I mean, the fact that LeBron wanted to be around other good players, to me, speaks to his maturity and his comfort with himself.
He just wants to win.
He wants to win, and he understands that he can be a winner and be more true to his service nature as a player. I mean, he's a guy who doesn't mind deferring. And even though his talent is brilliant, he's not afraid to defer.
Haslam, the pass to Bosh. LeBron James on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Wade from outside.
He'd like to start this quarter over, I'm sure.
No rhythm, Steve, at all. He just can't seem to find it.
Carter against Bosh. Carter outside. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They put on a show tonight.